Hey everybody, today we're going to do a tier ranking for the 2024 candidate logos. I did one for 2020, and since then it seems like somebody put up a decent one here on Tier Ranker, so let's get into it. We've got tiers A, B, C, D, and F. I was never into doing an S tier, so we've got A through F, and obviously this is going to be very subjective. Everybody's going to have their own reasons as to why they like or don't like a certain logo, so we're going to separate out the candidates from the logos. It's mostly going to be my own impression. I'll also consider how effective I think the logo might be irrespective of my opinion, so we'll talk more about them as we go through. First up, we have Joe Exotic, minor candidate running on the Democratic side, and this is just a plain purplish background with his name and the year. I do like having the year on here, but this is a very bland logo. It doesn't say the office, it doesn't say anything else. I'm gonna have to put this in the F tier. If it's any consolation, it's a high F. Next we have Ye24. I guess it's Kanye West. I don't think the Ye thing reaches a wide enough audience. The font is big, but it's pretty weak. I'm gonna have to put this also in the F tier. Maybe you put it in the D tier, but I think that's as high as you could go on that one. Next we have Stapleton. Corey Stapleton, I believe. Pay it forward. I don't think anybody knows who this guy is, so just to have Stapleton, probably not going to be enough. He's got the stars down there. This logo does look similar to some other ones we've seen. There's a slogan here, pay it forward. I'm not huge on most of the slogans, but we don't know what year it is. We don't know what office he's running for. I will put it in the D tier, a little bit better than the F. Next, we have Laffey 2024. I believe that's Steve Laffey. And we have something on the bottom here. It says restore the C in conservative. Whatever that means, I would put it in the C, but that tagline on the bottom kind of lowers it for me. I'm going to put it in D. Next, Cornel West for president. Black and white letters, kind of right to the point. I'm going to put that in the C tier. It's not really that exciting, but there's no cheesy slogan underneath. We'll put that in the middle of the pack. Next, we've got Francis Suarez. It's time we get started. Again, it doesn't say the year. It doesn't say the office. Not a whole lot going on here. The slogan is kind of eh. I'll put it in the borderline C-D tier. I'll put it in the low C. Next, Tim Scott, Faith in America. I like the background around the Scott. The slogan doesn't really do it for me, but the font is decent. This is probably a little bit better than I give it credit for. I'll put it in the C tier also. Next, we've got Vivek 2024. Nice big letters on his name. We have the year. Doesn't say the office, but you can't get everything. We've got a V here up top. That's the flag. I think that's a decent logo. I'm going to put that in the B tier. You might even want to put that in A. I think it stands out. Good logo from Vivek there. Next, Mike Pence for president. Not big on that font. We do have for president. Got a box around it. I'll put it in the C tier. Not a big fan, but I suppose it gets the job done. Next, Perry Johnson, president 2024. We've got some kind of a slash through the E. This one I actually like. It's not perfect, but it has everything I look for. Maybe you could use a little bit more color or some sort of an icon, but I do like this one actually. I'm going to put this at least in the B tier, and maybe I'll change it later, but I want to have something in the A tier. So far it's going to be one of these two. We'll put it in A. We'll see if anything comes up later on. Next, ASA for America. Got the stars. We've got an exclamation mark. I'm not too big on the For America. I think it's kind of cheesy. We don't have a year. We don't have an office. I don't think the font stands out too much. I'm going to put this in the D tier. Next, Hurd for America 2024. That's Will Hurd. This is a decent logo. Good font. We've got a star in the R. We've got the year. I'm going to put this in the B tier. It's a decent logo. Next, Nikki Haley for president. This seems like a decent logo to me. There's not a lot going on in it. I'm going to also put this in the B tier. Next, we have DeSantis for president. We've got a flag up top. The font seems to change size a little bit. It gets bigger on the edges. It says for president, no year. But I think it's a decent logo. I would say at least C tier. Maybe we'll put it up in the B. It's a decent logo. Next, we've got Trump, Make America Great Again, 2024. This looks similar to the Stapleton Pay It Forward logo. Look at that side by side. And the slogan is what it is. It's probably iconic at this point. My own personal taste is probably C, but due to the notability of it, I'm going to bump it up to the B tier. Next, Christie, Because the Truth Matters. This is much worse than his 2016 logo, where he had Telling It Like It Is on there. Because the Truth Matters is just a little bit tacky in my opinion. There's no year, there's no office. This is going to go into D tier. Next, we've got DB, Doug Burgum. He's got a nice flag here. The font is on a slant. For America again, though. I'm not big on that, but I do like the font. I wish it had a year. I wish it had for president. I'm going to put this, I guess I'll go with the C tier. It's an okay logo. I'll leave it at that. Next, Marianne, 2024. This is the kind of logo I think is not too bad. Has her name, and it has the year, and that's it. This font here is a little bit light, but it's decent. I'll put it in the borderline C/B territory. I'll put it in the C for now. I wish there was maybe just a little bit more going on here to get it up to the B tier. Next, Kennedy. 2024. That'd be the RFK logo. It's got the basic colors, but it does strike me as being a little bit bland and dull. This is borderline C and D. I'll put it in the C tier, but I'm not huge on that logo. Next, Elder 24. This is Larry Elder's. It's not a bad logo. I'm going to also put this in the C tier, kind of a middle of the road logo. Next, Biden Harris. This logo I'm not too big on, but it's sort of like the Trump logo. If I factor in the notability, that might bump it up a little bit. There's a little bit of a flag here in the E. I'm going to put this in the C tier. It's an okay logo, just not really my kind of thing. Next, we have Afro Man for President 2020 Fro. I had to look this up to see if he was actually running. I guess he is, but we're going to separate out the person from the logo. The font is very small. It's all green. It doesn't really say 2024. This is borderline DF. We'll put it in the F tier. Not really too big on that logo. Last, we have Chase for President, Chase Oliver, I believe. We've got a torch here on the left, and this looks like a bumper sticker. We'll put it right in the middle in the C tier. Not too bad, not too great. So it looks like that's it. Perry Johnson, that is the best one. But I do like that Vivek logo in the B tier. I want to have something in the A tier. You could probably swap some of these. We'll just leave it as it is for now. I guess Perry Johnson, at least according to me, has a great logo. I think the most ideal logo would be to combine some different elements from some of these different logos. But this is only what I think. Let me know in the comments, which of these logos do you like? Which of these logos do you hate? Tell me which I got right. Tell me which I'm way off on. Let me know down below. On your way out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.